popping off, boys.
Alright, everyone ready?
Yes.
So, for the recap. Last time, you all had the meeting with Father Brannister and determined that he was not in fact sus, at least to the best of your abilities. The man who ran to the inn, Farmer Jack, you successfully saved him, and you also determined that he was a decent dude. You played a little Grey's Anatomy with one of the bodies. You thoroughly tried investigating it and trying to determine what was going on with the body. You guys made a trip to the church, where you further deduced that Father Brannister was not of ill intention. And you also had a slight break-in, where you found no other signs of foul play. And now we come back to the outside of the Horned Thistle Inn at roughly midnight in the early morning. Wurzag has just told you all that Celsius wants you all to head east and meet with him towards Pavv. So,
Krell, is this correct? This is true. We should go east.
Yes.
Okay, let's go east, I guess.
We're going west.
alright. After gathering near the Horned Thistle Inn, Wurzag makes the decision to follow Celsius to the east, towards the town of Pavv. With the Kingsman Guard soon to be dispatched to Holden, it is not a good idea to remain in Holden. As you make your way into the empty town square, moonlight shining on the gazebo in the middle, you think to yourself that Holden will be alright, and that Father Brannister will do his best to keep the town safe. Cobblestone fades to dirt as the last several homes of Holden pass you by on your walk to the east. The moon has reached its highest point in the sky, giving the forest a natural glow from above as you walk the path towards Pavv. There has been no sign of Celsius so far. As you have done before, you find a suitable place to rest for the night, and refill on water and prepare for the day to come. Days to come.
We arrive in Pavv. Did Celsius tell us where to go?
I don't recall him telling us.
He said he'd just find us, I think.
Yeah, I believe so.
All right.
I don't quite remember.
Well,
Everyone make a perception check before you guys go to bed.
20.
Eesh.
My D&D Beyond. D&D Beyond!
Oh, that's an 18 for me. That's pretty good.
Nice. Okay.
Not natural.
Got some high rollers tonight. Holy moly.
My perception is a +6.
Yeah, I'm the lowest so far with an 18. That's.
Yeah.
Oh, you spoke too soon.
8.
Well, Wurzag's just vibing anyway.
Yeah. Okay, so everyone but Wurzag, in the area you have kind of settled in, you notice a small node of these purplish looking plants off to the side next to a tree.
Can I go over and make a nature check? I love pretty flowers.
Yes, you may make a survival or a medicine check.
I keep my eye on her.
I'd like to
Nature?
assist.
Okay, roll with advantage. So, survival or medicine?
Nature?
That too. One of the three.
Okay, I was gonna go with nature. I don't know if it's the highest. It's +5. That's pretty okay. That's a 12.
You get
With
advantage.
advantage, right? Yes. Okay.
Yep.
All right. It was meant to be.
What was the final score of that?
12.
Oh, okay. You know that these are called purple... Wait, hold up. Purple root? Yes, purple root. Purple root is rather uncommon amongst the land, but it's been known to help cure poison ailments. It acts as a antioxidant. Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Yep.
It's not dangerous to touch.
Sorry, antidote. That's the word. No, it is not dangerous to touch from what you recall.
Do I know what I would have to do in order to prepare it to be useful antidote? Just
make a survival
raw?
check. But make survival or medicine this time.
Yeah, I'll do
May
medicine
I?
this time.
So go ahead and roll that with advantage.
That's 14, but disadvantage. 17.
Yes. So you know that you can make a cure poison tonic by combining some other ingredients. And you know those ingredients to be 1 allspice, 2 anise, 1 purple root inside of 1 small flask. It does require a herbalism kit, however.
I believe I have that. Does anyone have an affinity for herbs?
Wurzag's pretty
Medicine.
good with medicine.
I found these flowers. I'll grab the flowers and I'll give him a nice sized bunch of the flowers. If you're
Yep,
interested,
you get
it can be used to create a good antidote. I've never used it myself, though.
May I also pick some, right?
yes, Old Figg, you get 3, Rayon, you get 2. Would you guys do anything else before you finally go to bed? It's really late in the night, early morning.
Yeah. I'm just gonna lie up against a tree and go to sleep.
Tuck in for the evening.
You all peacefully go to rest and wake up the next morning, ready to begin your travels. About another day goes by of uneventful travel. Night comes, you settle down again. Night turns to day as the sun pours its light through the golden trees of fall. After a light breakfast from a stag that ran out and hunted, you lot make your way forward and reach the entrance of Pavv by the later end of the afternoon. Wow.
So then I got a nat 1 for my port, and that's awesome.
Yep.
Nat 20.
I got a free kill. A Horn and Thistle Inn franchise. This is crazy.
Absolutely.
Oh, I think I misread that because it popped up as Sadness Chance, so I assumed it was a nat 1. It was a nat 20. Very nice.
I feel like there's gonna be lots of quests around here.
This is where Krell used to live.
Oh, really?
On the outskirts of town, before we come in, I would remind everyone that while we're here, refer to me as Gaylan.
Gaylan?
Gaylan, yes.
Okay.
All right.
Gaylan. Quite a
Has it-
ring.
Has it been long since you've come to this town?
Not too long. How long was the journey from Pavv to Veron, Ryan?
You mean from Veron to Holden?
No. Like if we were
The
to leave from Pavv to Veron, how long would that take? Like a week or 2?
2 or 3 or 4
Yeah, about a
days,
week.
probably.
Week.
About a week because you have to travel through a slight mountain pass in the hills.
How long in game has it been since we started the campaign?
Actually, let's check the calendar. So,
Yeah, it was
so
like
last
4
month on the
days,
15th.
and then 2 months, yeah. Or 2 weeks. Because it was like 4 days for our stuff, then we took like a 2-week break, and then we traveled for a few days.
Yeah.
We traveled for another few days.
It's been almost 3
So-
weeks. Actually, yeah, it's been a little over 3 weeks since the beginning of the campaign.
So it's been about a month since Krell's been here.
Very, very recently.
Very
Yes.
I'm really glad I got that calendar. That calendar is going to be really helpful.
Yeah.
Only a month.
I definitely want to implement that.
The forest begins to clear as you see 2 wooden guard towers standing juxtaposed on the dirt road. Off towards the right, you can see several mountaintops attempting to pierce the sky, albeit rather weakly. The smell of the coast once again greets your senses, flashing you back to your arrival in Veron a couple weeks prior. You see what appears to be Pavv's local town guard manning the towers. Outfitted with standard-looking chainmail with familiar insignia, the crest of Trixius on their breast. Alongside them stand several Kingsman Guard pawns at the base, 2 groups conversing with each other. The guard in one of your towers notices your presence and waves you in with a smile.
Come along now. They're letting us in.
I dance in.
You said
You
the
pass-
guards had the mark of which brother?
Trixius.
The Trixius.
Not, not the leader?
Say that again?
The leader isn't, which one's the leader? That's like in charge of the continent. Isn't that Luxius? Or
That's Luxius, yeah. Yep. The second oldest brother.
what do we know
Passing-
about the
Oh,
sign
go
of
ahead,
the Trixius? Why is it
well,
Trixius if the Luxius is in charge?
So, Trixius is more like a popular culture figure. That's the way I could put it. Like, Luxius is obviously the law of the land right now, but Trixius was more of a...
Well,
he was more like a...
icon.
an influence, almost. Because of of his beliefs. Not because, he, really did a whole lot, but because of his particular mindset when it came to certain things.
Is he presumed dead or presumed missing?
They presume missing. They assume dead, but they can't confirm.
Is this the one that supports? Does this one like magic? Is that his beliefs? Is he against
Well, so
it?
it's not outright saying they like magic, but they explicitly believe that freedom above all else.
Okay.
Yeah, you guys know that. So Noxius, the eldest, and Luxius are still alive. However, Noxius is MIA. Luxius is, as you know, in charge of the Kingsman Guard. And the two younger brothers are also MIA / dead.
Alright.
Okay.
We should
You guys
find a
pass.
tavern.
You guys pass a few homes on the road to the courtyard, Pavv Central area. The road splits in two right in front of the mansion-sized building with a tower baked into its side. A metal fence extends around its perimeter. As you continue down the road, you see the courtyard open up and reveal several trading stands surrounding a small garden and a statue of two men engaged in a handshake. One of the men, the statue appears to have a very unique sword mounted in his sheath. Everyone give a history check. And if Eli was here, he'd be able to point out right away, but
24.
Okay,
And
Ooh,
oh, wow. Okay.
natural 20.
Doyle.
So Wurzag, Krell, and Old Figg, you three know that this statue signifies Ren Zenithan. I think
Oh, that's
if I remember right-
Zenithan.
yeah, so back when you guys made your name, since Eli's not here to tell you, you guys would know about his relationship with or you guys would understand who he was. I mean, you already know from basic history. Ren Zenithan was the first Zenithian, and he was pretty much the inspirer of the rebellion. He was the first member of the Obsidian Flame. If you guys want to, there's a note in the organization journal about the Obsidian Flame if you want to read it. This stuff is what will be told to you by Sir Everard. So you guys can read it, no problem.
I'll just wait until Sir Everard shows up.
Okay. The second guy from your history checks, you guys did so well, is called Pavv Nightingale. He was one of Ren's soldiers during the rebellion, and after a certain amount of time, he was granted land by Ren, and this land is, as you know today, Pavv.
Okay.
Oh, excuse me. That is not actually Ren Zenithan. It is his son, Jameson Zenithan.
Jameson.
A slight little mistake. You can read more about that in the journal.
I think we should go find a tavern and then see if some people need some work done. Because Wurzag's running a little low on cash.
Yes, I would hope that we could hopefully find Celsius soon. But
As well.
I'm sure we'll
seems
find
like
it.
He's a busy lad.
Gaylan, would
Yes.
you know where for us to find a tavern?
Oh yes, I know a tavern. There's actually a Horn and Thistle on the other side of town. If we'd like to go there.
Oh yes, I get excited. Oh, that's excellent. A Horn and Thistle.
Yes, or if you're more in the mood of breweries, there's the Eclipse Brewery, right, just at the northern road.
That sounds bougie.
It is bougie. I'll buy you a
You'd be
drink.
right.
Would you like that?
Sure.
Question for you, Ryan.
Yeah.
Ren's Obsidian Flame Sword. Is the whereabouts of that known?
Nope.
No.
It is not.
That's cool.
It is unknown.
I'd like to find it. I'd like.
You'll find that.
It's probably where he was buried. That's what I would presume. But
If read the Obsidian Flame journal to find out more.
I gotcha.
Okay, so what's it gonna be? Eclipse or tavern?
It's going
I'm
to
going.
tavern.
Oh, we want to go to the tavern.
I think that's where we go for work. Eclipse Brewery is a place you go after work.
Fair enough.
And we'll need a place to stay here. So
Agreed.
I'm inclined to go Horn and Thistle. And I'm excited to see which of Andrea's relatives are running this one.
Oh, these are franchise?
I believe so.
A family-run
At this point.
organization.
Okay, it sounds like you guys want to go to the Horn Thistle Inn.
Yes.
As you pass through House Nightingale, the prominent house sitting at the corner of the town center, several townsfolk are gathered near a stand in the middle of an important conversation, it seems. Several of them holding a piece of paper with writing on it. Everyone give me a perception check.
Oh, I'm good at those.
Me too.
You all are rolling really good tonight.
Yay! I like good rolls.
I hope this keeps up.
14.
You're gonna need it.
14.
Okay, so you all hear this. Overhearing their conversation, they appear to be discussing the writing on the paper. Apparently, a piece of news that has reached Pavv from the Kingsman Guard. The town has been ordered to maintain a curfew until the situation in Veron has been settled. Apparently, there have been more appearances of magic users in the city, and have been causing trouble for the Guard. Some of the magicians that have been caught appear to be Ren synthesizers, following the ideals of this man who arguably started the Great War. He's very familiar to your own Celsius.
There seem to be
These
any-
people still don't know about the situation in Holden, however.
I think Celsius might be laying low since this kind of got released, you know what I'm saying? That
He may
might
be in
why
hiding.
he hasn't come out to talk to us.
True. Seems we may have to find him.
Does there seem to be any reference to Leola and her incident?
No, you do not hear anything about that. You do hear mention of the word Krell.
Interesting.
Yeah, it is quite interesting, Gaylan.
Yes.
Yes.
Probably the order.
I think there's gonna be lots of stuff to do around here. This seems like a big town.
It does. It's quite a
Good food.
it's not quite, Veron size, but I'm sure that there's plenty for us to get involved in.
I'm sure we'll make some mischief somewhere.
Do you have any friends in the city, Gaylan?
Oh, I do. I've got a couple. If you fancy getting your hands dirty, we can take a
But from a distance,
visit.
you know.
Oh, of course. Listen,
Moving
they
to-
pay good, but
They don't
You
throw
may not like
swords
them.
like you do they?
no, they do not. Ryan, would I be able to find my contacts?
You know that they hang out around the inns and bars a lot.
Do they have any aliases that they go by, or should I just give the players a name to look for?
You knew their real names.
Yeah,
Um,
but criminal underground. I don't know if I don't want to start spouting off their real names if they have an alias that they prefer to go by.
so they don't have a preferred alias.
Mm-hmm.
You guys kind of ran as a tight knit group, so there really was
Okay.
no need.
All right. Well, we're looking for a human named Tellen Orkinson or Orikson. And then we have a halfling named Frenar Ogilby. Two good friends of mine. Known them for quite a while. We could split up and look for them, ask around. I'm sure that we could find them fairly quickly.
Probably run into one of them, meet the bar.
Oh, yes.
So how are we splitting up then?
Huh?
You suggested splitting up, right?
I'll go to the brewery if anyone would like to join me.
I want to go to the Horned Thistle Inn because then maybe we could scoop up some things to do and then knock out multiple things in a row and make lots of money.
Good idea.
I think I too will head to the Horn and Thistle Inn.
Well, I guess someone has to watch over him, so I'll go to the brewery.
Well, I mean, if you don't want to, you and Kib can go to the inn. I'm very at home here. It's up to you,
Sure.
Reynold.
Sure. I'm also curious about the relations that are running the Horn and Thistle here.
Okay.
Well,
So I have 3 going to Horn and Thistle and Krell going to the Eclipse Brewery.
mhm.
Okay. Moving through the courtyard, you see a quite vibrant afternoon market. Some of the stands are filled with fresh fish and fishing gear, very fitting for a town settled near the ocean. One stand appears to have a variety of fruits, some not native to this side of the region. Another stand has an impressive collection of jewelry on display, alongside several small gems that have a slight glint to them. Several children are seen tossing a tattered ball around near the bushes. You arrived in Pavv at a good time, it seems. People have a calming aura to them that reflects the very air that brushes over you from the sea. Several others in the square are discussing news that has been brought from several fishermen from the sea. They speak of an event that has happened over in the kingdom of Kurrera. An entire village was burned to the ground in the matter of seconds. The ones who were lucky enough to run away gave word that they saw the sky darken for but a moment as a ball of shadow coalesced in the sky, producing the figure of a man hiding behind a mask. A green flash erupted from his forehead, and the town began to combust, as if commanded by a power of God. They make mention of the return of Krell, but shrug it off as merely a rumor.
Scoff as I walk by. Ugh. Using my good name.
Only Tristan heard this.
No, you all heard this.
We all heard this.
Yes.
Do I know what town they're speaking of? Do I recognize the town? Do I know where that is? Or
You didn't really get a good sound, but you could judge that it's more like an outskirt town, not really a town within the karst of Kurrera.
They're tarnishing my good name.
I will, lower tones, but it sounds as if this is the similar individual that we saw at the theater with the emerald on his mask.
I would gamble that it is exactly that individual.
Old Figg, come with me.
Ooh.
People here seem to be wearing the same pendant you saw across Jack's neck back in Holt. The symbol of Trixie's Galvanor, a hand descending from the sky to reach out to the hands of the masses. Old Figg, as you look upon one of the pendants sported by a fisherman at his stand, your eyes remain locked on it, as you feel the world around you begin to distort and shift into something else. The calm evening sky and the crowd market disappear. You find yourself sitting alone in a familiar place, the Vivian Beaumont Theater. Everything was just as it was before the attack, but its silence gives it a very unsettling feeling. You blink at yourself. You blink and find yourself sitting in a box seat, above where you were previously sitting. You realize this is where Zara sat, the collector. And looking forward towards the center stage, you see the masked man, staring deeply into your direction. The emerald in his forehead emitting a soft green glow, almost humming it seems. As this occurs, the spot you sit in begins to glow a soft amber, producing another hum in your position. The humming becomes louder and louder as your eyes remain locked into the masked man until eventually it stops. You find yourself surrounded in utter darkness in all directions. What do you do?
I'm still in the vision world.
Yes, you are surrounded by complete utter blackness.
I will try to stand up.
You are standing up.
Okay, I will. There's no the green light and the amethyst light are no longer in existence, right?
Correct. There is nothing that you can see. It's as if you're in an empty void.
I suppose I will reach around to feel anything. Maybe even step forward.
Yep. You step forward and you reach your arms out in all directions, kind of looking for any physical stops, but there seem to be none.
Yes, blindly.
You call out, but your voice echoes into nothingness. There is no response. With anxiety, you look around in distress hoping to find some way out, but to no avail. Only darkness greets you. You quickly turn around, feeling as if you were ready to give up, when you see a young man. Nope, not a man, but a young elf, standing several feet away from you, back facing towards you. He is dressed in rather plain clothing, nothing standing out about him. What do you do?
Excuse me, sir.
No action.
Sir? And I'll start walking closer.
As he turns around, he looks at you and smiles, a familiar pendant resting on his chest. As his mouth opens, no sounds come out, and you open your eyes to find yourself back at the market, standing with your party. You now receive the spell, Tongues,
Tongues, okay.
and that concludes our little escapade.
Nifty. We have returned. Whoever's closest to me, probably Krell at this time, I grab hold of you. Grab hold of your arm.
What is it?
I do not respond. I'm somewhat locked. Very still.
I
seen me.
crouch down and I look at you and I go, what is it?
You look into my eyes and they are similarly glazed over, as if I was looking through Dandy, although Dandy is on my shoulder, she remains there, and she even looks a little worried at me. You've seen me go into these trances before, you've perhaps recognized them.
I'd like step in and be like, she's having visions.
Well, yes.
But it continues longer than the previous ones.
Must be intense.
You know, 2 or 3 minutes go by. At one point I sort of start waving my arms around as if I'm trying to grab hold of things that aren't there.
Wurzag, lift her up. We need to get her out of here. She's causing a scene.
I'll pick her up.
Sir?
One-handed.
Sir?
I know a place. Follow me.
I follow you.
I'd like to bring them to my old home.
Okay. Krell, you lead your companions along the northern path, cutting to the right, to the east, go down towards the Euro Avenue. You are, well, memories, but not of your own, seem to rush back to you as you remember several childhood locations, some of the friends you used to play with, the houses you would go to, and the activities you would do. Take another turn to the north, and you see the home destroyed from the fire.
I'd like to kind of exclaim, what? Putting on a face of horror. What's happened to my home?
The home stands as a caricature of what it once was. Fire marks pretty much embracing the house.
Get her inside.
At this point I would have returned to myself. It's been quite a time.
Hey, Ron.
Yes, but we can talk about it there.
Yeah.
Ron.
What's up?
With my passive insight so high, could I tell that Krell is putting on a show?
I would... Ryan, it's up to you. Performance or deception?
Performance.
Yeah.
And what would my role be?
Oh, you do another insight? Oh, wow.
Bazinga.
That's a good one.
That's quite good, yeah.
Oh, Gork and Mork.
Cook and Mork will fix it. No.
Ooh. No, they won't.
Wurzag, you believe that
Yeah.
Gaylan is acting truthfully.
So I take them inside, and I'm sure the house is condemned beyond repair.
Correct. Furniture burnt and destroyed. Glass shattered on the ground.
I kind of like go over the whole place with a that same look, and what happened here? I kind of run my hand across the ground, with the ash. I go, just sit her down. Let's talk about your vision.
Oh, I sort of am coming back to myself. It was a rather unique one. They seem to be getting more difficult on me. It took me back to the Vivian Beaumont. Only I was not sitting where I was sitting. I was sitting in a box seat. I saw the masked man appear, and the emerald on his mask, it shone brightly. So very brightly. And, all-encompassing. I looked down, and beneath myself, I was glowing with the amethyst color. I think I was in the collector's position. I think this is the amethyst shard that he has, that he got from Castle Tuscany at some point, presumably. Everything then went dark, and it was empty. I was feeling around, I couldn't, there was nothing to touch. I would walk, there was nowhere to go. Just when I thought I would be there forever, I turned around, and there was an elfin man. And he had a similar pendant to what we've been seeing in this town. This symbol of Trixius.
Was
I
he
went up to him.
Kingsman Guard then?
He was not a Kingsman Guard. No, I think that would be Luxius Galvanor. This is Trixius. We keep seeing he's sort of a popular figure around here.
He could be around.
And then I spoke to the elven man. He spoke back, but no sound came out. And I think I learned something there. I think I learned to understand languages to some degree. It was very odd. It was very nerve-wracking, but partially informative, but again, more questions. More questions.
Only means there's more answers for us to find.
Yes. To have a vision of the masked man so recently after hearing this news of the attack on Kurrera, I can only speculate. Is there a connection between Trixius and these occurrences? I do not know.
We only have to find out in time.
And it makes me wonder if perhaps these, in the same way that we have an order of Krell going around, we also have the followers of Trixius, and that may be what this masked man is a part of, the organization or the just a civil rights movement. I don't know. But to attack a town in Kurrera seems to be very different and much more malicious than attacking the height of this anti-magic city.
Could also just be a madman.
She's even scarier, I agree.
How long would the trek be
Robo Man.
by boat?
Robot.
Oh, I'm a robot. 1 second.
Big robot.
Better now or no?
Nope.
Alright, I'm back.
Yep, there you go.
Yeah, it fixes you.
That would be about 2 months.
2 months? Okay, well, he definitely traveled by some sort of teleport.
Yes, we've seen him teleport before. That's how he arrived in the theater. I don't know how many more of these my heart has in me. It seems as if they keep getting more nerve-wracking. The earlier visions I had, they were of journey, of new adventure. The last several I've had have just been getting increasingly darker. This vision of these purple-eyed people that we have to go see in the near the College of Saberton. Those that are searching for the ruby in a cave. And now these visions of darkness and things we've seen before but didn't understand at the time. Anyway, where are we?
So far.
This
Up, Old Figg.
is my home.
Oh.
Yeah. Kind of
was
like,
Was it like this when you left?
no. Not at all. I wonder where my parents are.
Oh god, okay. Insight check. I'm using my natural 20.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, roll deception. Gaylan.
That'd be a 22 for me.
19 from me.
Okay. Old Figg, you knew that something is not quite right with Gaylan's words.
Ooh.
It seems a little too emotional for what he's been putting out for you in the past several weeks.
Krell,
Yes.
I know you're not being honest with me. I've spent too much time with the young children. When they're lying or telling a fib, something they don't want them to know. A certain way of acting. Or a certain way of over-emoting in drama.
You want to know the truth?
I believe that you knew what you'd find when you brought us here.
That's not it at all. Truth is, I think that's my last job. Got me in with the wrong crowd. I believe that crowd came and exacted revenge upon my family.
So, you have just arrived at your home.
Mm-hmm.
You did not know that your house was burned down.
I did not know that. You would,
And your family is not here?
I think I know what happened to my family, but I did not know my house would be burned. Caught me off guard.
Don't believe shit.
Would that not be another deception check? Because I'm now going.
I mean,
into a
I think you're
different,
just
more
you're
believable
just
lie.
doubling down. You're just doubling down on the lie. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I would agree.
If I didn't believe you before and then you just continue to say the same stuff, it's kind of.
I mean, I'm not saying the same stuff. I'm giving more information to a different lie.
I think, even though it was from his nat 20, still gives him the ability to kind of see through the lie.
Oh. I don't know what else to say.
Does everyone
Wait.
else automatically believe him over me?
I just kind of look like I don't care.
Okay.
He's like,
Yeah, that's pretty spot
I
on.
like wipe a finger off like an ashen board and just kind of rub between my fingers and as much as I love standing in burned down homes, may we go to the inn?
Yes,
This is a splendid idea.
I'm able to walk now. So, but quickly, just expand. You said you think you know where your parents are.
I think I know who did this. The
you like
last
to track-
job.
Would you like to track this person down?
Well, I attempted to track them down. My last job afterwards. My last job before I left Pavv was to retrieve something for the collector. And I believe that in my failure, he has exacted revenge on my family.
All right.
That's a half-truth.
This is a plausible explanation that I half-heartedly believe, but I also know there's still more to the story, and there's still something up. I think.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely keeping
Yeah.
something from you. Does Wurzag believe my performance roll though?
Yeah, he did.
From earlier? Okay, cool.
Well,
I want Wurzag on my side.
we need him here to tell us because I'm not sure if he changed
Yeah.
his mind from what Old Figg just said.
I gotcha.
But the conversation for later.
Yeah, let's head to the tavern. I think.
Okay.
We'll continue to the brewery, as I mentioned I would before.
Okay. Let's do everyone else first, and then we'll do Krell.
That's fine.
I think you guys will be pretty quick. So,
Or maybe if
Reynolds-
we try to do Krell first, and then that way maybe Wurzag will be back because I know he wanted to talk to people, try to get jobs and stuff.
okay,
Yeah,
yeah,
that is
that's fair.
That might be, yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Krell, let's go.
Okay.
giving the room.
Can
Richard.
Dandy come with the Krell? I just thought of this. Can I send Dandy with Krell again?
I wouldn't let
Yeah.
her with me willingly at this point.
What if Dandy tries to be stealthy?
Okay.
Okay, Danny stealth check, Krell perception check.
Okay.
It's not bad. I think that's a 17. Yeah, there you go.
Okay. So is Dandy trying to hold on to my armor?
Well, I'm sort of flying behind you, so you see the bat flying behind you, and I suppose the bat would recognize that you followed her, or that you know that she's following you.
Yeah.
So I suppose as she approaches, then how do you handle it? She will try to land on you in a similar fashion as she did in Varon.
Would probably wait until she attempts to land on me, and then grab her, and then spike her on the ground.
Oh, all right. She will make an acrobatics check to try to avoid that. She does not want to be spiked.
I gotcha.
Krell, you noticed in the back. On your walk there, you notice a kind of object in your peripheral vision as you walk across the road. You see the sight of Dandy, Old Figg's familiar, flying overhead. Dandy seems to swoop down and is trying to attempt to land on you. What do you do?
As Dandy lands on me, that's when I grab at her.
Okay.
I guess this is a grapple check now.
Yeah,
Yes.
so all acrobatics to get the F out of there. Okay.
Actually, I rolled the wrong die. I should have rolled in athletics.
Yeah, I mean use the roll whatever the roll was.
-2.
So I'm at a 15. You're at a 17. You still won, yeah.
So I grab her and I spike her on the ground.
Okay. Are we rolling
As
damage?
Dandy's wings flap over your shoulder, you grab Dandy by the body and throw her down to the ground.
I
Her
have
wings smacking against the floor.
2 hit points. How do we want to do damage on that?
If we go with strength, I physically can't kill it. I guess I would.
Yeah, so if you just said you did a mandatory 1 damage, then I would survive.
Yeah.
But if you wanted to include fall damage or whatever, then maybe not, but...
Dandy disappears in the ground.
Oh, poof. Okay. Later.
Alright.
Fucker killed my bat. I fly in there, go to land on him, he grabs me out of the air and throws me into the ground. Poof.
Damn.
That sucks.
Rat bastard.
We're back. I love this photoshopped picture of Eli with bald head. It upsets me.
Is that what that is?
Yeah.
My live stream is up.
Your live stream is up? Alright. For what?
What is the timer for, Ryan?
I don't know.
The sun implodes, and everything leading up to this portion of the campaign has meant nothing.
Heavy based, actually.
The real story begins now.
New world, new characters, yep.
Mind flares descend from the skies.
Oh, Ryan's put too much work into this for it to all be meaningless.
Jesus
True.
comes.
Alright, well, it's counting down, so should we be playing?
Yep,
Yeah,
we
it's
should.
up
So
to
now,
you guys.
we're going back to the other 3 of you. Or I guess 4, really. Actually, no, 5. There's 5 of you. I'm sure you can remember who's the 5th person.
Yeah, it's
Everard,
Mr. T-Pose.
No, I mean, so this would be Old Figg, Reynolds, Wurzag, Kib,
and Everard, yeah.
Everard. Actually, 6. Guess who's the 6th person?
Who's the 6th person?
You guys know him?
Celsius chilling with us?
No?
Scaramucci?
Yeah, baby.
There it is.
Oh, that's
boy.
right.
I forgot he's
Nice.
in your backpack.
God.
Okay. So, as Gaylan walked off towards the brewery, you guys head south towards the inn. Walking past some of the streetlights, you see the name Horndissel Inn, somewhat glowing on the sign above the door to the inn. It's about 4 or 5 o'clock now, and you open the door, and you agree with another familiar sight.
Before that, my eyes kind of gloss over, and I grab hold of Reynolds' hand. Dandy flies off, and after a couple seconds,
That's right. Yep.
I come back to myself, and I go, That motherfucker killed my bat!
Excuse me?
I sent Dandy to go follow, Gaylan. To follow Gaylan. And she got close to him, she grabbed her right into the air and threw her into the ground. There's an inconvenience. I have to spend an hour performing a ritual in order to get her back, and I don't know when I'll have time to do that.
What's a prick?
He's a prick.
I don't know. I'm very suspicious of him. There's this business with this order of Krell that he is not a part of, apparently, but is named after him.
As you say that, you see a Kingsman guard walking in the distance nearby. He walked past. He did not hear you.
And then when we were in the house, I took a little bit of leave, twisted some fate, sort of delved deeper into gain some insight on him, and he's not being entirely truthful regarding this burned down house.
What?
I can't tell. I can't quite say. It's just his dishonesty was apparent. I gained the advantage in order to determine if he was truthful or not. And then
I wasn't listening to much of what he was saying.
Well, Sir Everard, I know you're on the same page as me, yes?
Yes.
Just think we need to keep a closer eye, and that's why I sent Dandy, and then it's suspicious that he killed my bat. She's traveled with him before.
He probably didn't want you to
I have
see
my
something.
reasons not to trust him, so...
Your reasons.
Well,
Let's compare notes.
the certain item.
I gotcha.
That he has so recently complained about.
Yes. I presume the job is done, though? You did an excellent, perfect job of it?
I don't know what you're talking about. And I'm just gonna walk off.
Keep nodding and I'll follow along. And then we will head to the Hornet Thistle Inn.
Okay.
Wurzag
the door.
is gonna dance outside.
Okay, Wurzag, you do what Wurzag does best. You find a
We'll
spot.
ask about work, Wurzag. We'll ask if there's any work, if we can find any.
Okay.
Before I
I'll
go
be out here.
inside, I'm gonna toss a coin to him and go, for good inspiration tonight.
He starts doing a fucking robot.
Toss a coin to your Wurzag.
Yeah.
Old Figg, Reynold, and Sir Everard will be in there. You open the door to the Hornet Thistle. You agree with another familiar sight. Patrons corral at different tables, some drinking, some spilling, some talking about their lives. At the bar, a couple is seen drunkenly flirting with the bartender. Or, not the bartender, while the bartender, and you guessed it, a tiefling, is pouring another drink for an older man sitting before him. Ah, hello. Welcome to the Hornet Thistle. What shall we be drinking today, gentlemen and lady?
I'll have a red wine.
Red wine, good choice. Actually, let's go to the fucking Silly Goose. Yeah, there we go.
He'll have a
Him right
pig's
there.
blood.
Excuse me.
This place better have the same standard template construction as the others.
Yep, it
Better
does.
be up to code.
Like the damn McDonald's.
And then I'll put in Danny just for...
Oh, she's dead.
Oh, that's right. Rest in peace.
Yeah, rest in peace. I have to perform an hour-long ritual in order to get her back.
Okay, so you guys are in the Hornet Thistle. You see the bartender. He is similar to appearance as Marcus was. Both have a nice red skin with two horns protruding from their forehead. This one has shorter hair, whereas Marcus kind of had like longer hair to his shoulders. You also see him have like a slight tattoo on his left arm, is underneath his shirt. So let's say a red wine, and what else can I be getting for you all?
We are good friends with your presumed relatives, Andrea
really?
and Marcus, yes, and they
Oh.
always served me the finest goat milk.
My
Always
younger
so delicious.
siblings.
Oh,
Oh,
yes, we are
How rude
huge
of me.
fans of the Hornet.
my name is Nicholas. Nicholas Ackerman. And judging from what you just said, it seems you've already met my younger sister, my younger brother.
Yes, we did quite a bit of help.
Very good, very good.
I have to ask. I asked your brother this as well. Are you in regular contact with Andrea?
She's quite the ways away. But we do frequently send letters to each other. Arcus is usually the one who kind of ignores the letters. He's more rambunctious. But I'm a good brother.
I was going to suggest that you keep in contact. Recently, her daughter went off to sort of do her own exploring of the world and determining what she wants in life and all that. And so I know that Andrea's definitely been lonely. And I asked
He was finally growing up. It seems like forever ago she was just a wee child.
Yes, I'm a bit of a confidant for the family.
Good to hear.
I helped her out financially as well. Gave her a large sack.
Well, this one's on the house.
Oh, no, that's not how it works.
We're not sure.
Oh, yes. Take it. He gives you a bottle of... Actually, so, Hunter, your red wine's free. And, Old Figg, what are you drinking?
Oh, the goat's milk, dear.
Goat's milk free.
You're such a cutie, Mr. Nicholas.
A scholar and a gentleman.
And, by the way, if you guys want to, if you click on his token, you can access his inventory. So, I assume you're traveling from Baron since you've already met Andrea and my brother Marcus.
Yes,
What brings you to Pavv?
Made a swing up towards Holden and then came through. We are looking for, a bit of work. We recently saved the city of Varon, big heroes. And our friend is from here, our acquaintance, who has gone off. I don't know where he ran off to. Can I pretend to look around?
Interesting.
But if you know anyone looking for any jobs, we would be interested in. Our friend out front is dancing. We were hoping for something a little more concrete in our labors.
Well, let me think. Off the top of my head, I know that there's a recent fascination with the shores of Pavv. I don't know if you've heard, but these gems keep appearing in the sand, sucked in from the ocean. There's also the issue with the burnt house in the middle of town. Oh, he's gone. Damn it. Gaylan's parents' name. Their house burnt down. We still can't find the culprit. We assume the son is dead or maybe even involved in the matter. But
This is the gentleman we're traveling with. One that is not among us. His name is Gaylan, yes, sir.
So Gaylan is alive.
Gaylan is alive. He was with us. We fought in the Vivian Beaumont Theater side by side. Good lad.
Oh, wow.
Good lad. Yes.
That's
Very
excellent news to hear. Wanted to go tell Trenton about this news.
Yes. Oh, who's Trenton? Has there been much of Gaylan getting into trouble? He seems to be a troubled lad.
The first part, Trenton Nightingale. Second part. Read the question. Sorry.
Is Gaylan getting into trouble frequently? Has he ever?
He's been known to flirt with it, but that's just all I gather.
I would also have a follow-up question regarding the gems.
Ah, yes, the gems. I'm sure you've noticed the market outside selling gems and jewelry for pretty good prices. So,
Are there just a variety of just odd gems? Nothing
give me 1 second.
particular? Nothing wink wink glowing? Don't say that.
Okay,
We just got news that your house burned down, Tristan.
Huh?
We just were told by the innkeeper that your house burned down.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, that's cool.
Yeah, he said that people believe that either you were involved or you died as well. They don't really know. But
Yeah.
they just told them that they just told the bartender that you are in fact back in town, so he is happy about that news. And the quest log, the quest is now there. The gems favor more of the opal, but they've been known to be an amethyst or maybe even a ruby. Nothing too fancy. But it has been good for the town. It helps build the reputation, bring in more customers.
Interesting indeed.
Pavv is really only a fishing town. We bring in good amount of fish and and other things from across the world. But with the extra help of the jewelry, I'm sure that would put Pavv on the map for good.
We heard about this curfew as well.
Oh yes, the Kingsman Guard are worried about for what happened in Varan a couple of days ago. Or a couple of days? It's been a week or two. Wow, time flies.
Would that curfew happen to apply to people who were involved with the saving of the Vivian Beaumont Theater?
Oh, I couldn't say. I don't really get involved with their matters. I would just play it safe.
Any questions, Reynold von Kurrers?
I'd say you covered pretty much everything I was thinking of.
Did you say von Kurrers?
Yes.
Yes.
Is that name ringing a bell?
Give me one moment. Hold up. I'm trying to think about this.
Apologies for... I'm just blowing everyone's spot.
Nice to meet you, Reynold von Kurrers.
Go to shake his hand.
It's about 5 o'clock-ish now. As you're continuing your conversation with Nicholas, you hear the door open from behind you, and you see Krell. Or Gaylan. Krell slash Gaylan.
Here. You found us.
Yes, I did.
Gaylan, is that you? As you see Nicholas, the bartender of this Hornadistle, kind of welcome you back in.
It's been a while, Nicholas. Just wanted to come on by and say hello.
It's good to see you in great health. Although I give you my condolences. I give you my sympathies for your family.
I come around to the other side of the bar and shake his hand, and I go. I do appreciate the condolences, sympathies. You know, it's rough on me right now.
It's none of my business, but do you have any idea of what happened? We've been gone. Rumors have been said about you. What's the truth, Gaylan?
Well, I can tell you that right now that the rumors, the terrible ones about myself, those are not true. I look over at Old Figg.
Old Figg sort of has she's trying to cover it, but she's a little confused regarding your change of voice.
Now, what I'm willing to share is I believe I got involved in the wrong crowd, my friend. Job went south, and, well, that's really all she wrote. After it went south, the contact came along, and, you know, my parents for, compensation.
What do you mean?
The person I was working for.
Oh.
Yes.
The person you worked for did this?
Yes.
I
will not rest until he's brought to justice. That would be... Would normal people know of the collector? No. It's a long
Nicholas
story.
Is a normal person.
It's a long story, Nicholas.
Okay, well, I won't pry too much since you're just coming back.
Thank you. Maybe perhaps we could take a seat down sometime down the road and really unfold this case. Maybe someone here saw something that could lead me to him.
Sure. Very well. Let me go peruse around the aisles for a moment, make sure all the guests are happy, and I'll be right back. As Nicholas makes his way around the bar, or not the bar, but the bar and the other tables, making sure everything's topped off. He seems like he runs the establishment alone.
I look at Old Figg and I go, we really need to establish boundaries.
Killed my bat.
Maybe you should ask permission before you follow me.
We're all one big happy group here.
Killed my bat.
What's wrong with keeping an eye on each other?
Well, there's nothing wrong with it as long as we are, asking permission.
Well, what would you like me to use a southern accent when I talk to you? What is your issue?
My issue is that you have not trusted me since we left Varan.
I have
Reynold, my
I'm
friend.
just gonna look at her mouth and Gabe just like, What? What is happening?
Reynold, my friend, I got something I want to run by you. You want to walk with me outside?
No.
No? Very well. More gold for me, and I walk
I'm going
outside.
to sip my wine.
I say more gold for me, and I walk outside.
Well, he's going to go get Wurzag.
The
I'm going to
moment
follow
he
him.
walks outside, I'm going to look at Old Figg and go, I don't think there was any gold involved in that whatsoever.
But he's going to get Wurzag. Wurzag wants gold. I want to keep Wurzag safe, and I'm going to follow him. I'm just going to go.
Wurzag is a giant hulking orc with magic.
I'm already gone.
He's already gone.
Bye.
Okay, so we have.
I'm going to sit for 2 minutes, sip my wine, and then I'm going to get up and go after them.
I want you to know that I'm waiting outside for you to come up and come after me. I wasn't going to go any further.
Okay, so you all see Krell walk back outside the door towards Wurzag. Old Figg, you promptly chase after him, going through the door, and then Reynolds.
Yes, I
You
slam my
2 minutes later.
I slam my goat milk back.
You slam it back on the table, leaving Nas drop left, and you rush out. Reynolds, you think to yourself, man, what's going on tonight? Okay, so Krell, or Gaylan, you walk outside and you see Wurzag doing a pretty peculiar dance. There's also like a smaller, not a big crowd, but a couple people are kind of sitting there watching and applauding him.
I
as
let
he
him do
continues
his
his
dance. I let him do it. I just watch. And
When I go out there, I'll throw in a silver piece, hopefully to get the crowd a little more.
Sick.
Wurzag, roll performance.
Okay.
And then you guys can go ahead and discuss what you were going to discuss.
So first, I would like to chat with Old Figg.
Okay.
Old Figg. It's about
We really
boundaries.
should be staying together.
Whoa!
We should be staying together.
A 2.
can
With
cover
advantage because
more
I just gave him the
ground.
silver piece.
Yeah, roll with advantage. Why not?
Me?
Yep. Yes.
I used the help action by giving you a silver piece.
We can cover more ground if we split up, my friend. That's all I'm trying to say. The people that I know here, they don't necessarily want to, be known by everyone and their sisters. And,
During mid-conversation, a younger woman kind of drunk. She kind of like bumps into you, Krell, or Gaylan. God damn it! And she
How attractive
like
is
walks
she?
to the door. She's pretty drunk, like pretty sloshed.
okay.
She appears to be like a younger
attractiveness.
human, blonde hair. And she's like, "Oh, I'm sorry," and she walks right through the door.
You're quite fine, miss. Go on in there. Have a good time. Or is she leaving?
She's entering.
Okay.
Nice.
Anyway, what I was saying, Old Figg, is the people that I know here, they don't necessarily want to work with everyone. They like to have their secrecy, and when it comes to that, I respect their secrecy. They know me, I know them. You followed me a few times. This was a little too much. I should have just told you, go away. But you know what? I apologize, and I'm sorry for killing your band.
My concern. We were recently, 3 weeks ago, we were traveling on the road. We were attacked by a man who worked for the Collector. A man who's
Yes.
currently in Wurzag's bag.
Yeah,
Collector could have men all over the place.
yes.
Which is very true.
If you are as genuinely concerned that the Collector burned down your house quietly, then perhaps you should stick with the group.
Well, I
Indeed.
do not think that he's going to do anything in a populated area like a bar or in the middle of a street in a town. I'd see him doing something, in between trips down the road, walking between Pavv and...
The man is a
Baron.
sleazeball. He will hire other sleazeballs.
Oh, I'm
Who
very
the
well
fuck
aware
is
of that. He hired me.
Then you should know that he will hire people who would gladly gut you in public.
Well, I
Gut
don't
any
think...
of us in public, as a matter of fact.
I don't think it would work out too well for them to attack me in public. I think the guard might be right on top of them, but I don't know. I could be wrong. Now, Reynold, let me talk to you about something that one of my friends just informed me on.
Sure.
Can we talk somewhere more quietly so I can drop this act? Or do you prefer Mr.
Please.
Southern?
By all means, I would love to hear you not talk like this.
Very well. Follow me, and I kind of like go to the back of the tavern. There you go.
Okay. Yes, you guys walk around to the back. You cross through between the building and a horse stable nearby. Several bales of hay line the inside of the alleyway. You find a pretty quiet enough spot. You still hear the chatter and the liveliness of the inn. You also notice that the day is starting to draw closer to an end. The sun's getting lower in the sky.
Follow.
Make a stealth check if you wish.
Lady? No, he can follow if he wants.
No stealth checking.
Okay.
I'm not being stealthy.
Come along, little lady. Come. All right. As we get around, I go. Oh, I do detest that voice. Anyway,
Why you did it in the first place?
These people know me for this. Anyway, there is a job that two of my old friends want to pull off. Reynold, I think you are the most morally inclined to assist us on this job. I do not think that Old Figg or Wurzag or Sir Everard would necessarily want to come along on this, though I'm involving you in this conversation, Old Figg, so you can tell the rest of them.
Does it get me closer to finding Celsius, and does it get me closer to us investigating these shards?
It may. It very well may. There may be more information on the shards.
Is there money for
I'm turning
Wurzag?
back into this voice. There is.
There's money for
There is
Wurzag. Wurzag's
plenty
there,
of money
guaranteed.
for Wurzag. However, I do not know if Wurzag will necessarily agree with the morals. So, see, Wurzag seems to like to earn his money in a honest way. We would be earning this money in a not so honest way.
Give me more details, or I won't do it.
Well, I'll give you more details if I know that Old Figg isn't going to go and run along and tell everyone.
I'm fine.
Very well.
Discreet. More discreet than you are.
As far as you know. Now, Reynold and Old Figg, there is a lump sum of gold within the Nightingale, what is it? House Nightingale?
Yes.
Within House Nightingale. This gold belongs to the mayor, and he is collecting a massive amount of taxes from the gems I've been washing up on shore recently.
Remind me what you just said, Ryan, when we were talking to Nicholas. Nicholas said something about a nightingale.
Yes, Trenton.
What did he say about him specifically?
Okay, he said that Trenton would like to know, he would like to resolve the case with Gaylan's parents.
The bartender here recently mentioned that the mayor that you speak of, the Nightingale, is rather involved in the case regarding a certain burnt house.
That's fine. I don't think we'll be here very long.
It's alright, I just wanted to make sure that you if we were gonna go do what you're suggesting, might be an obvious,
Oh,
When
I
would
don't intend on getting caught. That's why I invite Reynold along, and you're also of the sneaky variety, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong.
I'm coming!
Yes.
I'm coming!
I don't think
Are you
we'll get
sure?
caught.
Because I don't think I was.
What did you say?
I was not planning on joining you.
Well, that's fine. Less gold for
on-
you.
Breaking into some. I do not care about these people or this place. So.
That is the mayor of the town, by the way. You guys
I
know
do
this.
not. Yeah. I'm not going to involve myself in the dilly-dallies of people.
So stay here. That's fine.
Find.
Now,
When do
I
you
owe.
all plan on doing this, by the way? That way, I may be able to at least come to your rescue if it sounds off.
Well, Ryan, when was I supposed to meet my associates for further information?
Like 7 or 8.
What time is it now in game?
6.
6. Well, the briefing for the mission is in about 1 hour. We don't necessarily mean to launch. I don't believe we mean to launch it immediately. I think it would be a half-baked plan on their part if they did. I do believe that time is of the essence, and that we should perhaps move along with it. I will let you know as soon as I know exactly when we are going to launch this operation.
Good.
Because Reynold, even though we had our differences, the pillow, but I do consider you as someone I trust.
Mm-hmm.
I look at Old Figg and I go, I consider you as a friend that we need to establish boundaries.
I care for you deeply.
Well, you have at least the trust that I will come to your aid if it sounds like you run into trouble.
Appreciate that, my
I'll
friend.
know because the town guard will probably.
Oh, I'm sure it will
running.
go. It will. I'm sure that there will be chatter in the streets and perhaps even a riot.
Yeah.
But
There. I'll keep my ear.
now, and I kind of lean in a little bit. I go, if we want, I am willing to share some of the gold with Wurzag. Hell, I'll even give him my share of the gold because I owe my associates a debt. As well, since I botched the last mission, we didn't get paid. But that being said, they're willing to pay you a share, and everyone that gets involved a share of the gold. So, shall we?
So what was the last mission? Keep referring to the last mission.
The last mission was the last mission I performed for the Collector.
I understand the definition of the last mission. I'm asking the specifics of the last mission.
Oh, I was going to collect for him an item that he wanted, and that item, unfortunately, made me go a little bit crazy and attempt to kill the man.
I will sort of
A
glance
little bit crazy.
glance down, glance back up. Do you have your sword on you?
No.
Okay. I'll sort of glance down to where a sword would be, and then glance back at you, and not really say anything else. I would perhaps need a little bit of time, an hour plus 10 minutes, to be a little longer to gain the materials, but if we're going to this night mission, I would enjoy having a
long round.
A bat.
A bat. Oh. Well, I do believe that all the charcoal you could possibly need would be at my house.
That I agree.
Yes.
Actually, what I was thinking.
Now, would someone like to accompany me on the debriefing? Or shall I go alone?
No, I'm involved.
Alright.
Wurzag, he's coming.
Wurzag will come on
Wurzag
the
appears from in
debriefing.
the alleyway.
Yeah.
Something to greet you all.
I will go as well.
Alright,
Did you
very
make-
well.
Did you make good money, Wurzag? How much money did Wurzag make?
That's in the chat.
Excellent. Okay. And then Wurzag, I have a piece of news for you, as well as the piece of news that he's brought to us. We're going to go on a stealth mission tonight, but afterwards, tomorrow, I think I have some interesting money opportunities for you.
Money. I need to buy more
I have to
supplies
get off.
to make more shit.
Gentlemen,
If you get off.
Yes, to get
got
off.
work in the morning.
Okay, I guess we'll. Okay.
That's exactly.
We are not going to get to a part.
Yeah,
that I
you can
thought it was.
continue.
Stealth mission another day in game.
Well, let's RP.
Yeah.
You all can at least RP the point out.
Now, Wurzag, how do you feel about the redistribution of wealth?
Wurzag's based.
Your base.
What do
So
you mean?
taxes. How do you feel about taxes? Is that something you necessarily support or
No.
no? I thought so. Now, what if I told you that people are being unfairly taxed for the gems that have been washing up on shore?
Where are these gems coming from?
No clue, honestly.
Oh, that was actually my information. Yeah, I was going to tell you about that. There's gems coming up on shore.
Yes, I was told about my associates.
As you all are conversing, you hear a slight jingling in Wurzag's back.
Scaramici, what is it you have to say?
Let me out. Hey, come on, babe.
Wurzag grabs Scaramici by the head and holds it.
Ugh. Okay, listen here, bozos. You're gonna take this job from this guy? You don't even freaking know him.
I know them. They're good friends of mine. I've known them most of my life.
How do you know for sure they're still not working for the collector, huh, babe?
If they were working for the collector, they wouldn't have let me talk to them. They would have simply walked away and, well, I guess they could be setting me up.
Yeah, it's a world where money talks, babe. Be real careful what you're doing.
Well, I'm
Because the
offering
rest of
them.
you.
That's why I'm coming.
Hmm.
I don't care about the mission. I just want everyone to make it out alive.
I believe them. I don't believe that they'd sell me out to this collector.
Listen, babe, I'm just saying. We've all done this road before. We've been tricked, manipulated.
So anyway, who wants to take this job?
Well,
I don't want to, but if it's happening, I'm going.
I think if why don't we just go and figure out where all these gems are coming from, and then we'd make a lot more money.
Oh, then we'd flood the market. We flood the market, we won't get as much money.
No, we don't flood the market. We just find where the gems are coming from, hold them, and only sell them when there's a low, so that we maintain the demand.
My suggestion would actually be that we hold on to as many as we can, and then as we make our way west to the College of Saberton, around that area, then we can start selling them for more.
Oh, we
Building
could,
on Wurzag's idea.
we could do that, yes.
Now you're thinking, babe.
Yeah, where do you think all these gems are coming from, Scaramici? You think there was a pirate ship that went down in the ocean?
I don't know.
I was thinking something along those lines, actually. That was my second idea, was to go out into the water and see,
I feel like that's a safer and more legal option to make money.
Yes, but this is faster. See, we have to turn around the gold. Or we have to turn around the gems. The gold pieces,
Gems
just
are valuable
padding in our pockets.
for spells and such.
They're only valuable if they're real gems or the specific gems we need.
Let me put it this way. If I get a diamond, I can bring someone back from the dead.
Well, I would love for you to find a diamond.
Yeah, so I'm thinking we find where all these gems are coming from, and then we have lots of gems, and then we hold on to them, and no one in this town gets gems anymore. And then we stop the corruption that's also about to happen that someone wanted to hire you to do, you know.
It's true. They wouldn't be able to tax them if we took all the gems.
If we decided to go and take from the coffers and then go after the gems, then we would have more money. Am I wrong?
Yeah, but I feel like that's not the right thing to do.
So you just want to destabilize the biggest influx of gold and then leave while they're still getting taxed. If we take the coffers, then it will teach the man a lesson.
Yeah, but it's also against the law.
Fair.
And
I lean over to Old
taking
Figg
away
and I go,
people's livelihoods.
I'm not taking away anyone's livelihoods. I'm specifically redistributing the gold from, well, the mayor to, well, you all and my associates.
I don't think
If you're going, I'm going. If you want to go off on your own, you're not going off on your own. You're going off with me.
I am 100% fine if you come along, Old Figg.
Yes, I agree with Wurzag and Reynold that we should not do this job. But if you insist that you're going to do this job, I'm going to come with you. That's my stance. I'd like to find Celsius. He's supposed to be in this town somewhere as well, but...
I think he'll make his appearance whenever the god died down a little bit.
Yes, I believe he must be in hiding at the moment.
Yeah.
I know a few hiding places.
Worries me. The wanted man, it worries me.
Oh, I know it does.
Also, sweeping declaration. In public, we should refer to him as Charlie Horse. We're going to refer to him as Charlie Horse.
Charlie Horse.
Yes, just so we don't have to,
We want to call him Charlie Horse. That sounds like a code.
Ever?
It does. It sounds like a code. Let's, perhaps Herald. Or...
Look much like a herald, but...
Riodon. Or...
No, Herald is good. I like Herald.
Herald. Very well. Herald it is.
And we had
Charlie Horse just sounds to my home. Of course. Oh, yes, you need...
It's for my chocolate, and we can finish this conversation there.
Yes.
While I'm working.
When's the curfew, Ryan?
9 p.m.
Through the curfew.
You won't be able to complete your... If I have the time correct in my head, you won't be able to complete casting that spell before the meeting is supposed to go down.
Alright, let's go to the meeting. If we're going to the meeting, did we decide?
Ryan, did you want to wait for the meeting with my associates, or did you want to... Or is that okay if we get into it right now?
Well, let's keep going.
I mean, if Hunter's not going to go on the mission, we can go ahead and do the mission if we end up doing the mission.
Yeah.
I want to check your timer.
Got a minute. Well, 2 minutes. Okay. Very well. Let's go there. We can summon your familiar later. So we head to the rendezvous.
Going to go to the inn and rent a room.
Sweet. So it's just me and Old Figg.
I'll give Wurzag 3 gold and have him rent me a room as well.
Okay.
I will also give Wurzag 3 gold and have him rent me a room as well.
Okay, put those gold in the chat. That way we keep track of it. Okay, so we understand we have Old Figg and Krell going northwest to the debrief, and Wurzag, you are going to your room.
Yes.
So Wurzag, you enter the inn and wave to Nicholas, signaling you want a room. You pay him the gold to get both rooms, no trouble. You walk upstairs, and the rooms seem rather nice. Both come with 2 beds each, and nice, accounted for furniture to suit your needs. He also gives you a complimentary bottle of wine, since it's your first time staying here.
Wurzag drinks the wine in one fell swoop, and then goes to bed.
Before you drink your wine, you set it down on the table. The liquid begins to move.
Somebody right here.
What starts out as a slight perturbation in the liquid begins to violently shake. As the building itself begins to shake, it feels like the ground beneath you is giving way. Krell, Old Figg, you feel the earth beneath you begin to shake and shatter.
Shit! Old Figg, get down! And I jump. I kind of jump to the ground.
As you duck and cover, you feel the trees around you begin to shake a little bit, as it's like the ground itself is moving in its own will. Wurzag, do you drop the deck, or do you see what happens?
I kind of like try to like balance myself and just kind of like wait it up.
Yep, you feel you see some of the decorations on the wall start banging as these vibrations begin perturbating through the building. You hear people downstairs kind of like gasp in awe as they don't know what to do. The people in the city the town that you're walking around, they all begin to look around and like hit the deck as well, preparing for the worst. Eventually, the shaking subsides as you hear a slight explosion erupt from the center of town, followed by the explosion like the screams of several women and children. The guards start running towards the center of town to try and figure out what happened.
Look to Old Figg.
Let's go.
I say...
Of town, let's go.
Oh, so we're getting involved, okay.
We're getting involved.
I get up.
A cloud of smoke appearing from over where the town square is. You begin making your way there as people come back away, like towards your way, trying to leave. You see some people are screaming, looking confused, dazed. Children lost his way, wandering amongst the crowd. You begin to hear sounds of struggle as you make your way halfway down the road. The dust and dirt begins to settle.
Do we see them? Do we see whatever is in the center of town?
You haven't made it there yet.
Okay.
There are still a lot of people coming back from that way. The merchants, the fishermen. You even see Ellery. Did I say Ellery? I think her name is
Evelyn.
Yeah, Evelyn. You see Evelyn run by you. She didn't notice you, but you see her
Evelyn,
running away.
what's going on?
Oh, Evelyn. She looks around trying to pinpoint the sound of her name being called.
Nice.
So she finally sees you. Gaylan, something happened. It's like an explosion.
Get out of here.
Something got out of the ground.
Get out of here. Me and my friend will handle it.
She takes your advice and she bolts off in the other direction. Old Figg and Krell, you finally make it to the square, where you see a grisly sight. Numerous people lay dead in cold blood on the ground, either killed by what appears to be flying debris from this explosion in the center, or by lacerations from sword and arrows. You see a battlefield before you, as the Kingsman Guard attempt to fight humans? No, these people seem darker and more mysterious. They look like elves. Dark-skinned elves engage in combat with the guardsmen, trading blows at each other as they each fight, and their forces dwindle. The statue of Jameson Zenithid has collapsed into the hole in the ground, leaving only the other statue remaining, the statue of Pavv Nightingale. As you finally get a grasp of the situation, an arrow flies right past your head to the support of a tent right by you. Looking at the arrow, you notice a liquid seem to be dripping off the tip into the wooden support. A vile-looking liquid. Before you, a small group of these elves emerge from the hole and look directly at you. The first one speaks.
As soon as they start speaking and I don't understand what they're saying, I'm gonna go ahead and cast the tongues.
Okay, this is a dialect of Elvish that you've never heard spoken before. As they speak, you see this elf who looks more pronounced than the other two standing beside him. Make sure they can't escape. As he points that way, towards you. The other two drows walk back their bows.
Wurzag is not with us,
the arrow is
right?
dripping with liquid.
No.
Correct, he is not with you at the moment.
Go to Krell, we need to get out of here.
What, so we could get shot in the back?
Oh, now. Well, best case scenario is we lure them away because
those are elven archers. They will not miss.
Right.
So you see several tents tattered and destroyed. You see bodies and blood thrown across the courtyard. These elves came through the hole. You see two hulking creatures made of earth and rock on the side. You see several guards surrounding both creatures, trying to fend it off. Across the courtyard, you see a bulk of the fighting happening with these guards attacking these mysterious elven creatures. You do see a glimpse, flash of light, as the light from some fire flickers off the armor plating of a rook at the end of the map. And that's where we'll end.
This map looks dope, Ryan. Hell yeah.
Thank you. That was